Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're doing something a bit different, maybe a little bit unique.
Definitely unique. We're trying to get inside the heads of, well, cats.
Exactly. Our feline companions. You know, all those baffling things they do. The stuff that makes you just scratch your head and think, what is actually going on in there?
Yeah, the staring, the knocking things over, all of it.
So our mission today is to kind of decode some of that. And we're using a really fun, imaginative source for this.
Right. We're drawing from this fictional audio program we imagined called the Meowcast.
Hosted by two actual cats. There's Whiskers, who's got a bit of sass.
Yeah, definitely sassy.
And Paws, who's more, chill.
A good balance.
And we're looking at their episode called Things Humans Will Never Understand. So think of it like a thought experiment. What if cats could tell us why they do what they do?
Exactly. We're trying to tap into their perspective based on their supposed explanations to see what they think about us, their actions, the whole dynamic.
It's a great way to maybe challenge our own assumptions, right? We tend to see things very much from a human point of view.
Totally. We project so much onto them. This forces us to consider, their senses, their instincts, even if it comes with the side of cat ego.
Okay, so let's get into it. What secrets are they guarding? Why this idea that we'll just never get it?
Well, let's start with a big one. Something every cat owner knows.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
The wall stare.
Ah, yes. The intense, laser-focused stare at absolutely nothing. A blank wall.
Or seemingly nothing.
Right. And your mind immediately goes to, ghosts, spiders. What is it? My heart rate definitely goes up.
Mine too. Well, according to Whiskers and Paws on the Meowcast, it's complicated and maybe a bit manipulative.
Okay, I'm listening.
Whiskers being Whiskers, she kind of playfully suggests it might be communing with the spirits of snacks past.
Ah, that sounds about right, actually. Very cat.
Doesn't it? But Paws, the more, let's say, grounded one, offers other ideas. He mentions maybe just liking the texture of the paint up close, like a visual thing.
Like appreciating interior design.
Sort of. Or, more practically, there's always the chance of a little mouse behind the wall. Or even just sounds we can't hear.
Yeah, their hearing is way better than ours. They pick up on tiny things.
Exactly. So it could be sensory input we're completely missing.
So ghosts of snacks, paint texture, or actual critters. Got it.
But here's the kicker. Both Whiskers and Paws admit there's often a mischievous element.
Ah, here we go.
They apparently said sometimes they're just messing with the humans.
Of course they are.
Yeah, Paws apparently put it quite bluntly. Fear keeps them in line. And making us wonder definitely keeps them guessing.
Wow. Psychological warfare via wall staring. That's advanced.
It's a subtle power play, isn't it? Kind of asserting control by being unpredictable and, spooky.
So next time my cat's doing the stare, I should wonder if she's genuinely sensing something I can't, or if she's just enjoying watching me get freaked out.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's rarely just nothing, even if the something is just messing with you.
Okay, moving from mind games to physics experiments. Let's talk about the countertop catapult.
Oh, the gravity testing, yes.
Every cat owner knows this one too. The slow, deliberate push of an object off the edge. Bonus points if it's fragile or full. My favorite pen just met its doom this way.
Oh, no. Well, according to the Meowcast, your cat wasn't being a jerk. Your cat was being a scientist.
A scientist? Seriously?
That's what they claim. They reject the jerk label entirely. They proudly say they've been studying gravity since ancient Egypt.
Since ancient Egypt? Wow. Okay. I'm picturing little kitty lab coats now.
Right. And they even quote their research. Whiskers apparently said, "What happens if I bat this glass? Oh, look, it falls every single time." Like it's a genuine discovery each time.
It's rigorous empirical testing.
Totally. And Paws apparently has a specialty, pens, making them gone forever under the furniture.
Sounds familiar.
While Whiskers prefers the drama of full cups of water. Especially, she notes, if the human just filled it. That's bonus points.
Maximum reaction achieved. So it's learning. Testing cause and effect.
That's the idea. It fits with their natural curiosity, understanding how their actions affect the environment. It provides data, reinforces spatial awareness, essential predator skills, even if the prey is just a pen cap.
That's actually a really interesting way to reframe it. So my annoyance is just part of the data collection.
It seems so. Are they just having fun? Or are they genuinely running physics experiments in the living room?
Yeah.
Maybe both.
Back there up. The selective hearing.
Ah, yes. The bane of many a cat owner's existence.
You call their name, you jingle the treat bag, you practically beg, and nothing. Just the loaf. Unmoving. What's the Meowcast take on that?
Well, Whiskers and Paws are brutally honest about this one. They state quite clearly that they understand perfectly when they're called.
They do hear us, I knew it.
Oh, absolutely. The key phrase is they are choosing not to respond.
Choosing.
It's a conscious decision. It's not like dogs, who are often eager to please. Cats are more transactional. They weigh the effort versus the reward or the timing.
So all those times I thought my cat was maybe a bit deaf or just slow, he was actually judging whether my call was worthy of his attention. The nerve.
Pretty much. And the core reason they give, it's fascinating. They say it's about power, control, maintaining the hierarchy.
Hierarchy in my own house.
Exactly. They describe eventually showing up like royalty, making a slow-motion entrance, only after you've practically given up hope.
Oh, I've seen that entrance. The casual stroll, like they just happen to be passing by.
Right. Whiskers apparently added, "We like to let the anticipation build. Makes the eventual appearance more impactful." And Paws explained it as reinforcing that they decide when interactions happen.
Wow. Okay. That's humbling. I'm just an audience member in the royal court.
It really shifts the perspective, doesn't it? So next time your cat's ignoring you, maybe they're not being aloof. Maybe they're just carefully choreographing their grand entrance to reinforce the natural order of things.
The natural order where they're in charge, clearly.
Yeah.
It does explain why they suddenly appear the second you look away or give up.
It's all about managing expectations
Yeah.
and energy. Why rush if the human will wait?
Makes sense from their point of view, I guess. Okay, so from ignoring us to actively getting in our way, let's talk laptops. The obsession is real.
Ah, the modern cat trap.
It's like a magnet, isn't it? Straight onto the keyboard, usually when you're typing something important. Both annoying and kind of cute.
According to the Meowcast, it's a perfect storm of cat logic. Reason number one, super practical, because it's warm.
Okay, yeah, can't argue with that. They love warmth.
But then there's the psychological angle. Reason number two, because it's forbidden. Because it's exactly where you don't want us.
Huh. The allure of the forbidden. Plus, it's where our attention is focused.
Precisely. Maximum disruption potential. Paws apparently enjoys joining Zoom calls and contributing things like CZPPP.
My cat specializes in deleting paragraphs or sending emails prematurely.
Classic moves. And Whiskers apparently once achieved legendary status by shutting down a human's presentation by laying on the power button.
Yeah.
Just total shutdown.
The ultimate power move.
But beyond the warmth and the mischief, they offered a deeper reason too. Territorial.
Territorial. How so?
They said laptops smell like humans. From our hands, And they like to remind them who owns the workspace.
So they're marking their territory on my work by covering it with their scent and fur.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like saying, this important, warm, human-scented thing, it belongs in my territory, and so do you. They're inserting themselves right into the middle of our focus.
Wow. Okay, so next time my cat does the keyboard sprawl, it's not just being cute or seeking heat. It's a complex mix of comfort, mischief, and a bold statement of ownership.
Seems that way. You are mine, this machine is mine, your attention is mine. It makes you look at it differently, doesn't it?
It really does. It feels like everything they do has these multiple layers. And then, of course, we humans try to capture all this, usually through memes.
The memes, yes. Whiskers and Paws had opinions on those too.
Did they appreciate our efforts to, understand their weirdness through funny pictures?
They seem amused, mainly because they think the memes highlight how little we actually understand their true, complex motivations.
Okay, so what memes did they critique?
Well, Whiskers brought up the classic cat photobombing a Zoom meeting. Tail straight in the camera. Legendary.
Been there. Usually the least flattering angle possible.
Right. But she finds it funny. Humans see it as a disruption. From her view, it's a strategic appearance. Paws added, we're just sharing our magnificence.
Of course, sharing their magnificence, usually with their backside.
Then there's the cat on the Roomba, looking like a king on his throne. Timeless.
That is a good one.
Whiskers apparently loves this, because humans think it's just funny, but she sees it as peak feline efficiency. A mobile throne. Brilliant. Why walk when you can glide?
Maximum energy conservation. Makes sense.
And then the cat loaf. The system shutting down meme.
Oh yeah, the legless brick mode.
They both agreed. That one's pretty accurate, actually, but again, our interpretation is off. Whisker said, humans think we're broken. We're just optimizing. Deep recharge initiated.
Optimizing. I love that. It's not sleeping, it's optimized.
And Paz called the loaf a sacred position for energy conservation and contemplation.
Sacred loaf. Got it. So even when we think we're capturing their essence, we're probably still missing the point, according to them.
That seems to be their view. The memes are like our funny, fumbling attempts to translate their behavior while they're secretly judging our interpretations. But it does show we're fascinated, right?
Yeah.
We keep trying to connect.
Absolutely. Well, this has been quite the journey into the theoretical feline mind, thanks to the Meowcast. It really does make you look at your own cat a bit differently.
It does. And I think the big takeaway, straight from Whiskers and Paws, is pretty clear. They basically said, humans will never understand us. And that's exactly how we like it.
They like being inscrutable. It's part of their whole deal.
It seems so. It's their charm, their mystery. But maybe, just maybe, with these insights, we can appreciate the strategy behind the stares and the swipes a little more.
So the next time your cat is staring into the void,
Or conducting gravity experiments with your favorite mug.
or performing the majestic ritual of ignoring your calls,
Or asserting dominance over your keyboard.
maybe pause and think. Is it random? Or is it a calculated move in the complex game of human-cat relations?
What does it mean to live with these creatures who seem to actively enjoy being misunderstood? How does knowing they might see themselves as scientists, royalty, or master strategists change how you see that furry enigma curled up on your sofa?
Something to ponder, definitely. We hope this gives you a new lens, maybe a chuckle, and perhaps a slightly deeper appreciation for the brilliant, baffling minds sharing your home. Welcome, listeners, to another deep dive. Today, we're diving headfirst into a topic that has puzzled, delighted, and, well, occasionally confounded humans for centuries: the secret life of cats. We've got some truly incredible source material guiding us today, offering a unique sort of unfiltered peek into the feline mind that promises to shift your entire perspective on your whiskered companion.
Indeed. And it's quite an unconventional source, really offering this cat's eye view of everything, from their perplexing midnight antics to their oddly specific food demands. Our mission, as always, is to unpack these insights, distill the most important nuggets, and give you a shortcut to truly understanding what makes our feline friends tick, hopefully sparking some genuine aha moments about behaviors we often misunderstand.
Yeah, exactly. You've probably wondered about the surprising logic behind the 3 a.m. zoomies, right? Or that inexplicable obsession with cardboard boxes. Or maybe even what cats really think of us. Well, get ready. This deep dive will illuminate why cats are not just pets, but, as our source so confidently suggests, global icons who very much run the world.
It's quite a claim, isn't it?
It is. So let's jump right in. Let's kick things off with one of the most baffling and, let's be honest, energetic feline traditions: the 3 a.m. Olympics. I mean, many of us have experienced that sudden, ear-splitting dash through the house in the dead of night. For us, it feels like pure, unadulterated chaos. But what's truly behind it from a cat's perspective?
Well, what's fascinating here is that, according to our source, these aren't random bursts of energy at all, not from the cat's point of view anyway. They see them as highly strategic training sessions. The source actually describes them as rigorous preparations for an international feline sprinting championship.
No way. An actual championship.
Apparently, involving rapid couch to hallway in 0.5 seconds, sprints, and impressive vertical leap events like launching off a bookshelf straight into a curtain climb. It's presented as this intense, dedicated athletic endeavor.
Wow. Which we, in our sleepy state, just hear as noise and destruction.
Precisely. Which makes you wonder, doesn't it, if they're truly born to thrive in the dark, as our source puts it. Are we just interrupting their prime time with our inconvenient human sleep schedules?
That's a good point. And the sheer sound of chaos that often comes with it. Our source notes the vase wobbling, the human screaming.
Oh yeah, even dogs barking an alarm, apparently. It's like this elaborate multi-act performance.
And the drama is often made even worse when humans, stumbling around in the dark, get up half asleep and step on Lego. I mean, the dedication to their sport is truly next level.
It really puts a different spin on what we might see as just, destructive behavior, framing it instead as highly focused, instinct-driven preparation.
Right. It's a crucial insight into their predatory nature, isn't it? These bursts of energy are, in a sense, like a simulation of hunting.
Exactly. Keeping their skills sharp for situations that, rarely arise in a domestic setting, but are hardwired into their DNA.
So they're refining their agility, their speed, their stealth, all crucial skills for a successful hunter. even if their prey is just an imaginary mouse or maybe the ghost of a dust bunny.
The instinct to practice those movements is incredibly strong. It just highlights how deeply ingrained their wild ancestry is, even in the most pampered house cat. We might just be spectators to their nightly readiness drills.
Okay, so building on that point about their unique logic, let's transition from their peak physical conditioning and the 3 a.m. Olympics to another classic feline mystery, their architectural preferences. Why do we spend a fortune on luxury pet beds, memory foam, orthopedic, heated, yet a simple Amazon box often wins the battle for feline affection? It's a question that plagues every cat owner, I think.
It really does. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, well, for cats, boxes aren't just junk mail discards. In the cat's mind, they are 5-star luxury suites.
5-star suites.
That's the term the source uses. It even equates their importance to diamonds are forever, like a timeless, indispensable treasure. Cats don't just like boxes. They use them as fortresses, as real estate empires. And apparently they appreciate the nuanced smell of cardboard, with notes of tape and dust, which to us might just smell like, well, a delivery. It's a whole sensory experience for them.
Huh. So what does this all mean for us then? It's clearly about more than just a comfy place to sleep. It speaks to a much deeper instinct, doesn't it?
Absolutely. We might buy them the softest bed, but that box offers something far more profound.
Which is?
Exactly.
Yeah.
For cats, a box represents safety, stealth, and the thrill of squeezing into a space that makes no sense to us. It satisfies their primal instincts for concealment and observation. Think about it. A small, enclosed space makes them feel secure from perceived threats, right? Allowing them to rest without exposing their vulnerable side.
Okay, that makes sense.
And simultaneously, it offers a hidden vantage point. They can observe their surroundings and you unseen. This ability to feel protected while still being aware is just paramount. It's why you'll so often see a cat choose a tight, seemingly uncomfortable space over an open plush bed. It's not about our idea of comfort, but about their innate need for security and, well, strategic position.
So they're basically creating their own little safe strategic den right in our living rooms.
In essence, yes.
Yeah.
Right there on the cardboard.
It's clear they have their own sophisticated logic when it comes to comfort and security, often completely at odds with our human assumptions. And it seems that same distinct feline logic extends to how they perceive us, their human companions. Our source has some rather pointed observations featuring an entire segment titled Humans Are Weird. What really stands out to you from their critiques of our behavior?
Well, this really raises an important question about how our seemingly affectionate human actions are perceived through a cat's, let's say, independent lens. Our source reveals that cats genuinely question why we clap when they sneeze, noting, quite dryly, it's not a performance, it's allergies.
Chuckles. Okay, fair enough.
Right. It highlights a clash between our human need for connection and their innate drive for autonomy. Clapping is our attempt to interact, but for a creature that values control and stealth, it's an unpredictable, loud interruption, almost a violation of their space. And they also express utter disdain for baby talk, stating quite emphatically, "Excuse me, Karen, I'm a ferocious apex predator. Respect me."
Oh, wow. That's blunt. It's a clear call for dignity, then, recognition of their true nature.
Exactly.
And what I found particularly insightful, maybe a little humbling, is how the source critiques our other attempts to engage. It mentions attempts to dance with us, pick them up like we're props for TikTok, and especially our tendency to put them in costumes, declaring with palpable indignation, Halloween is not consent. That really challenges our assumptions about whether they actually enjoy these interactions.
It does. And a key insight here is that clear disconnect between human affection and what the cat perceives as its dignity. It really underscores the importance of understanding their boundaries and respecting their inherent wildness, even within a domestic setting.
So from their point of view, these actions aren't expressions of love.
Often, no. They're perceived as an affront to their autonomy, a loss of control, maybe even an unwelcome moment of vulnerability. They want to engage, but on their own terms, not be paraded around like, well, props.
Right. And these insights certainly extend to mealtime, that daily ritual that often leads to frustration for us humans. Our source delves into what they hilariously call mealtime madness. I mean, many of us feel like our cats are constantly begging, even after they've just eaten. You put down a full bowl, and an hour later, they're staring us down again.
Indeed. And cats, according to this source, don't believe in just 2 meals a day. Oh no. They believe they require a comprehensive tasting menu to sustain them.
A tasting menu? Seriously?
Yep. They list breakfast, brunch, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner, second dinner, midnight snack.
Wow. Okay.
And their methods for demanding food. Like sitting by the fridge and staring without blinking until you feel their gaze burn a hole in your soul.
Oh, I know that stare.
Or pawing at the food bag, loud, relentless. These are described not as manipulative, but as strategic.
Strategic, not just annoying.
Strategic. It offers a completely different lens, doesn't it? It's less about being naughty and more about executing a well-thought-out plan.
Yeah.
For instance, the source details how they might subtly block your path or even bring you a gift like a toy or a leaf right before a meal, like a clear negotiation tactic.
I have to admit, hearing that makes me feel a little less annoyed about my own cat's constant demands. Suddenly, it's not manipulation, it's strategic brilliance.
Exactly.
Have you found yourself rethinking your own feeding rituals after diving into this source?
Absolutely. It makes you realize that their natural feeding pattern in the wild probably involves many small meals throughout the day, not too large ones we impose. So when they demand food frequently, they're simply following an instinctual drive, one that aligns with their historical role as small prey hunters. Their strategies are just refined ways to ensure their perceived needs are met, leveraging their understanding of our routines and, well, our weaknesses.
It's a fascinating look into their adaptive intelligence, truly.
It really is.
So let's zoom out a bit and look at cats' broader impact. From ancient myths and superstitions to their modern-day internet fame, our source provides a fascinating glimpse into cat myths around the world. It's striking how incredibly varied human perceptions of cats have been throughout history.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, cats' cultural roles have been incredibly diverse, swinging wildly between reverence and fear, really. In Japan, for example, they're revered as symbols of good luck and prosperity, epitomized by that iconic waving cat statue, the Manekineko, said to bring fortune.
Right, seen those.
And that appreciation apparently stems from their historical role in protecting silkworms from rodents. But then, in stark contrast, you look at medieval Europe.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, cats, particularly black cats, were blamed for witchcraft and targeted due to widespread superstitions, linking them to the occult and evil spirits. It just highlights these dramatic shifts in human perception over time, revered to feared, often based on misunderstanding their, nocturnal habits and independent nature.
And how about today? Our source declares, with undeniable confidence and maybe a hint of swagger, we run the internet. Memes, videos, viral chaos, we made a comeback. Global icons. Deal with it.
Tuckles. It's genuinely hard to argue with that, isn't it? Their digital footprint is massive.
Absolutely undeniable.
And it's a powerful statement about their current cultural dominance. Our source even includes numerous owner confessions that the cats themselves interpret as achievements unlocked.
Achievements unlocked. Like, whoa.
These aren't misdeeds in the feline mind, remember. They're triumphs of wit and cunning over us humans. For instance, stories like, my cat unplugged the Wi-Fi during my Zoom meeting.
Oh no.
Or, my cat stole a slice of pizza off my plate and ran under the bed. Or even, my cat learned to open the fridge at night. I woke up to shredded cheese everywhere.
Okay, the shredded cheese one is impressive, I'll give them that.
Right. These anecdotes aren't just funny stories for us. They showcase how a cat's mischievous behavior is viewed internally as mastery, a successful execution of their agenda.
It really is all about perspective, isn't it? And of course, the memes themselves. The cat vibing to techno in the car, the side-eye cat.
Which the source calls pure art. And kind of is.
It totally is. And the loaf cats, they've truly cemented their place in digital culture as symbols of everything from nonchalant cool to hilarious judgment and even just utter comfort. So what do these extreme shifts in perception from deity to, which is familiar, to internet celebrity, what does it all mean for us and our current relationship with our cats?
Well, I think it suggests that while their behaviors may sometimes confound us, understanding their perspective as these strategic, comfort-seeking, and culturally significant beings allows for a much richer appreciation of their presence in our lives.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing their agency, and the intricate, often ancient logic behind their actions, rather than simply dismissing them as quirky pets. Their inscrutable faces and sudden graceful movements just make them perfect subjects for the internet age, where their very unpredictability becomes a source of endless entertainment.
So what does this all mean? We've journeyed through the surprising world of our feline friends, from their nocturnal training regimes and cardboard palace preferences, to their insightful and sometimes rather judgmental observations of human behavior, and their undeniable reign over the internet.
I think the key takeaway here is that cats operate on a unique, deeply instinctual logic, a logic that's often misunderstood by us humans. They are not merely pets. They're independent, strategic beings whose actions, when viewed through their own lens, actually make perfect sense. Their profound and evolving impact on human culture, both historically and now in the digital age, just demonstrates their truly global and lasting role in our lives.
We really hope this deep dive has given you a fresh perspective, turning those head-scratching moments into genuine aha moments, and perhaps even making you reevaluate that next midnight sprint or persistent food demand.
And here's a final provocative thought for you to mull over as you go about your day. If cats genuinely believe they run the world and that humans just rent space in it, how might that understanding fundamentally change the way you interact with your own feline companions tomorrow?
Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a debate as old as domestication itself, really.
Oh, yeah.
One that sparks passionate arguments, fuels countless internet memes, and often reveals more about us than our furry companions. The perennial question of cats versus dogs.
It's absolutely more than just about paws and purrs, isn't it?
Definitely.
What truly fascinates us, I think, is how we as humans project our own values, our desires, maybe even our anxieties onto these animals. So our goal today isn't really to declare a victor in this age-old rivalry, not at all, but to unpack these deeply ingrained perceptions.
Right.
And we're drawing heavily from the Meowcast, the great cat versus dog debate, a source that's known for its particularly sharp and, let's be honest, often hilariously opinionated take on the subject.
Absolutely. The Meowcast definitely doesn't shy away from strong opinions, which is exactly why it's such rich ground for exploration, I think. We're going to use their vivid portrayals to try and understand the arguments that fuel this friendly rivalry. So, whether you're a staunch dog person, an unwavering cat devotee, or maybe you're just intrigued by the psychology behind our pet preferences, you're in for some thought-provoking insights into what these animals represent to us. Let's begin to untangle this. Okay, so we'll kick things off by exploring one of the most immediate and, often comical differences the Meowcast highlights. Their wildly contrasting philosophies on personal space.
Right. Personal space.
This isn't just a minor quirk. It's like a fundamental aspect of daily life for any pet owner and often a source of amusement. Or maybe exasperation.
Indeed. And the Meowcast famously crowns cats as masters of boundaries.
Masters of boundaries, I like that.
Yeah. They frame a cat's affection not as this constant outpouring, but as something given, on their own terms. It feels more earned. Like imagine a cat just staring at you from across the room for 6 hours.
Okay, yep, seen that.
Before deciding to grace you with, like a brief moment of physical closeness, this selective interaction the Meowcast suggests isn't aloofness. It's a profound form of self-respect. And maybe even a unique way of respecting your space, too.
A negotiation, almost.
Exactly. It's a subtle dance, almost a negotiation, where the cat dictates the terms of engagement.
And then on the flip side, you've got dogs who the Meowcast paints as having, quote, zero boundaries.
Zero.
Laugh slightly. They brilliantly capture that canine spirit with the exclamation, "Oh, hi, it's you again for the 500th time today."
It's so true.
This constant insistence on physical connection, the leaning, the jumping, the hugging you every 10 seconds, it's presented as this energetic, unreserved outpouring of love.
Full contact affection.
It really is. It's a full contact sport when it comes to affection. And look, for those of us who cherish our personal bubble, it can certainly be a lot, even if it comes from pure adoration.
It truly is. And, this isn't just about animal behavior, is it? It often mirrors our own human preferences and sort of comfort levels with intimacy.
That's a good point.
Do you, the listener, gravitate towards a companion whose affection is just this constant, boundless stream, always available, openly given?
The open tap of love.
Right. Or do you find more value in love that's selectively bestowed? Something that requires you to earn that quiet, knowing glance or the rare chosen head nuzzle. The Meowcast suggests these interaction styles really speak volumes about our own comfort with closeness and autonomy.
Right.
Perhaps the very way we receive affection from our pets is like a window into our personal relationship philosophies and what we seek in companionship.
So our choice of pet might unconsciously reflect our own ideal communication style.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
That's a powerful point. It's not just about the animal, but about what they reflect back to us. And this idea of differing philosophies, it goes beyond just personal space. Next, the Meowcast dives headfirst into what they cleverly term the intelligence wars.
Ah, yes, the intelligence wars.
A debate humans endlessly pursue with our furry friends. We all want to believe our pet is the smartest, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. And they offer a really interesting reframe of intelligence here, kind of challenging the traditional notions. Well, dogs are characterized by their willingness to fetch a stick over and over.
I know. Chuckles, the classic.
Right. This repetitive behavior, often driven by this deep desire to please their human, it's a cornerstone of how many define canine intelligence as obedience, loyalty, consistent task completion. It's very practical, results-oriented intelligence, focused on cooperation.
But here's where the Meowcast gets truly provocative, I think. They don't interpret a cat's refusal to fetch as a lack of intelligence.
No.
Quite the opposite. They see it as efficiency.
Efficiency.
Imagine a cat's thought process, as they put it. You threw it. You fetch it. Why would I?
It's brilliant, isn't it? Almost philosophical.
It really is. And then they use that truly memorable analogy to sum it all up. Dogs are employees. Cats are CEOs. Boom. And what's fascinating there is how the source just completely subverts our typical definition of animal intellect.
Right.
Is intelligent about diligent, obedient execution like a dedicated employee following instructions?
Right.
Or is it more about strategic, maybe self-serving, and in their view, efficient decision-making, like a CEO delegating tasks and managing resources?
Which would be us, the humans.
Which in this case would be us, yes.
Yes.
This perspective really encourages us to question our own assumptions about what constitutes smart behavior in animals. It pushes us beyond just simple task performance to consider a more complex, perhaps even cunning form of intellect. I mean, what does it mean for us if we're essentially the staff for our feline CEOs?
Yeah, it certainly changes the power dynamic in the living room.
Doesn't it?
It definitely flips the script on traditional pet ownership. And this fundamental difference in their approach to life, the diligent employee versus the strategic CEO, it also profoundly influences another aspect of pet ownership, the sheer volume, or maybe the lack thereof, in our household.
Ah, the noise levels.
Okay, let's unpack the Meowcast's take on the sounds of our furry friends.
Right. The podcast paints this really vivid picture of the stark contrast. Dogs, they say, are a drumline.
A drumline laughs.
Yeah. They're described as barking at everything, from a leaf blowing across the street to, quote, someone sneezing in another country.
That sounds about right for some dogs I know.
It's this constant, pervasive soundscape, isn't it?
Oh.
A joyful, if sometimes, overwhelming announcement of every single perceived event in their world. It's like an open-door policy for vocalizations.
And then on the other hand, the Meowcast lavishes praise on cats for using meows strategically.
Strategically, love that.
They highlight the efficiency and the quality over quantity of a cat's vocalizations. They perfectly capture it by citing one well-timed scream at 3 a.m.
Groans playfully. Oh, I know that scream.
As being more than enough to get a human right out of bed, demanding attention. Cats are likened to a solo violin, elegant, haunting, and demanding precisely when it matters.
It's about impact, not just incessant noise.
Yeah.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture again, it highlights these fundamentally different communication philosophies, doesn't it? One is constant, expansive, a background hum in your daily life designed to keep you updated on all perceived threats and excitements.
The security detail.
Pretty much. The other is precise, impactful, designed to cut through the quiet only when it truly matters, to achieve a specific outcome. This raises an important question about how we prefer our companions to signal their needs and presence.
Right.
Do you thrive on clear, constant signals, lively and vocal hum? Or do you prefer a quieter environment where signals are potent and deliberate, making those rare vocalizations maybe all the more significant?
It really speaks to our own tolerance for noise and our preferred mode of interaction, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
That's a great way to put it, different communication philosophies. And these philosophies, they extend into one of the most cherished qualities we look for in any companion.
Loyalty.
But the Meowcast presents very different versions of what loyalty truly means, kind of challenging our preconceived notions again.
Exactly. The source describes dogs as loyal to a fault.
Loyal to a fault, okay.
Offering that constant stream of affection like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. It represents this unconditional, ever-present devotion. Very straightforward, open display of affection that, let's face it, many find incredibly comforting and reassuring.
It's dependable.
Totally dependable. It's a loyalty that is given freely, without question. a steadfast devotion that never wavers. That unwavering enthusiasm is definitely a core part of their charm for many dog owners.
Cats, however, get portrayed as selectively loyal.
Selectively loyal.
The Meowcast asserts that cats love humans only on our terms, meaning the cat's terms, which, in their view, makes a cat's love more valuable.
Interesting take.
Yeah, they state, when a cat chooses you, that's an honor. It's described as a refined mystery.
A refined mystery.
A deep personal connection that isn't automatically given, but is, like, meticulously earned through patience and respect for their autonomy. There's a certain prestige, they argue, in receiving a cat's affection, like you've passed some unseen test.
And what's truly fascinating here is how the value of affection and loyalty is being interpreted.
Right.
Is it the constant unwavering presence, the outpouring of love, that boundless resource that makes you feel perpetually adored?
The reliable warmth?
Or is it the deliberate, maybe hard-won affection, those rare moments of closeness that are imbued with deeper meaning because they are chosen, not automatic? This really touches upon different human preferences and relationships, doesn't it, whether with pets or people? It highlights that not all devotion is expressed or even valued in the same way.
So it prompts us to consider what kind of affirmation truly resonates with us personally. Is it constant praise or that singular, profound acknowledgement?
Precisely. It's about what feels more meaningful to you.
It definitely seems the Meowcast argues that the scarcity of cat affection makes it a premium commodity.
Chuckles. That's one way to put it.
Which brings us perfectly to our final point. How these perceived traits manifest in the wider cultural conversation, particularly through, well, the omnipresent lens of memes and pop culture.
The internet. The great equalizer or amplifier of pet stereotypes.
Exactly. The internet, after all, is the ultimate arbiter of pet personalities these days.
And the Meowcast brilliantly references several iconic scenarios that have become internet famous precisely because they so perfectly seem to encapsulate these perceived differences.
Like what?
Well, they recall the classic meme of cat sitting calmly while a dog loses its mind at a squirrel outside.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Perfect visual.
It is. It's a perfect visual metaphor for the differing levels of external stimulation each animal tolerates, or maybe how they choose to react to their environment. Speaks volumes about their internal states, maybe.
And then there's the endlessly entertaining TikTok of the cat smacking the dog every time it tried to bark, which the Meowcast humorously calls educational.
Educational. I love it.
It really leans into that idea of cats being the quieter, more strategic, almost disciplinary partner in a multi-pet household.
The enforcer.
Kind of, but perhaps the most timeless and widely recognized meme they cite, the one that truly defines the narrative for so many, is the classic, dogs have owners, cats have staff.
Yes, that one resonates.
That one just seems to perfectly capture the cat owner dynamic for so many people, doesn't it? Distilling that whole CEO analogy into a universally understood joke.
And this raises an important question, I think, about the narratives we collectively create around our pets. These memes, they're incredibly popular, they're pervasive.
Totally.
They condense complex behaviors into these relatable, often humorous snapshots. But they don't just reflect. They reinforce the perceived core essences of cats and dogs in our shared cultural understanding.
So they become shorthand.
Exactly. They serve as shorthand for entire personality archetypes, solidifying our biases, or maybe our most keenly observed insights into these beloved animals. They really reveal how deeply integrated our pets are into our cultural consciousness.
So, wrapping this up, what does all this mean? We've taken a deep dive into the Meowcast's sharp, often hilarious perspective on the great cat versus dog debate. We've explored arguments around personal space, intelligence, communication styles, loyalty, and their huge cultural impact.
Yeah.
It seems clear these aren't just pets. They're reflections of different philosophies on companionship, even different ways of navigating the world.
And our goal today wasn't really to declare a winner, was it? Nor to endorse one side over the other.
Not at all.
But rather to understand the distinct characteristics and behaviors attributed to each animal, and crucially, how those traits are interpreted and valued by people. It's a fascinating look at the varied ways we connect with our furry companions, and how these connections often reveal as much about us, our personalities, our deepest desires for connection, as they do about the animals themselves.
So considering these different perspectives we've talked about, from the CEO cat who masters boundaries and offers that refined, earned devotion,
Right.
to the drumline dog with zero boundaries, and that outpouring of unconditional love.
What does your preferred pet say about your own values or maybe your daily routines? That's the question to ponder.
Yeah. What qualities do you find yourself appreciating most in a companion, whether human or animal? And how does that shape your ideal relationship, you know?
We hope this deep dive has given you some fresh insights, maybe a new appreciation for the unique dynamics of your own pet relationships.
Or maybe just helped you understand why your friends are so passionately devoted to their chosen furry family members.
Absolutely. It's a conversation that truly never gets old, does it?
Yeah. Okay, so if you've ever woken up, stumbled into the bathroom, and found, well, just absolute carnage, like shredded toilet paper everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe you make dinner, turn around for a second, and suddenly that piece of chicken is just gone.
Exactly. Then you definitely know what it's like living with a cat. They're these tiny, adorable little masterminds, right?
Totally. Furry geniuses who basically see our homes as their personal playground.
And our stuff, just raw materials for their next big project. Or maybe a snack.
Pretty much.
So today we're going deep. We're diving into this hilarious, sometimes maddening world of cat crimes.
And we've got this amazing source, the Meowcast. It's basically confessions, right? Straight from the cats themselves.
Yeah, it's incredible. We're going to pull out the key insights from these feline perpetrators. We're looking at their greatest hits of mischief.
But from their angle.
Exactly. An unapologetically feline view. Where it's, what was the quote? Zero remorse, zero jail time, all vibes. I love that.
It sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? And what's really cool about the Meowcast is, like you said, it's not just what they do. We're getting the why.
Yeah, the motivation.
Right, from their perspective. We've got these two guides, Whiskers and Paws, self-proclaimed criminal masterminds.
Love it.
And their confessions, honestly, they give you this insight into why they shred things, why they steal food, the whole midnight zoomie thing.
It really challenges how we see it, doesn't it? Like maybe mischief is just them being them, ruling the house.
Exactly. It kind of flips the script on who's actually in charge.
It really does. It's like getting this secret look into cat society, understanding the method behind the madness.
Mm-hmm.
So where do we even start with this tour of feline felonies? I guess the classic, right? The absolute icon of cat destruction.
I mean the toilet paper.
Oh, yeah. The toilet paper roll massacre. For us, it's just a mess, annoying, wasteful.
Yeah.
But for them, clearly, it's like intro-level art.
Well, yeah. From their point of view, think about it. You've got this roll. It's soft. It shreds really easily.
It spins.
It spins. It's basically just sitting there asking to be destroyed. Whiskers actually called it the ancient art of fabric deconstruction.
Wow. Okay.
It taps right into their predator instincts, tearing, shredding, like prey. The toilet roll is just a safe way to get that out.
So it's satisfying that urge.
Totally. It's tactile. It moves. It makes a satisfying ripping sound. It's a whole sensory thing. What we see as a disaster zone, they're like, behold, my modern art installation.
A masterpiece.
A masterpiece. It hits all the right notes for them, stretching, marking territory with their claws, leaving a very clear message.
And the way they do it, Whiskers apparently wrapped an entire bathroom floor in paper spaghetti.
Oh, I believe it. That's commitment.
Right. And Paws, more strategic, waits until 2 a.m.
Of course.
to create a snowstorm for the humans to wake up to. Paws apparently said the timing is crucial, maximum impact, dramatic reveal.
It's performance art. I was here. Deal with it.
Definitely. It's a statement.
And, according to Whiskers and Paws, this isn't like a one-off thing. It progresses.
Oh.
Yeah, they might start with toilet paper, the easy stuff, but then they graduate. Paper towels, maybe a whole box of tissues.
More challenging materials?
Exactly. A bigger canvas,
Yeah.
better shredding satisfaction, a more substantial artwork. It makes you wonder about their art school curriculum, right?
Yeah. So if your cat's moved on from the TP, maybe they're just honing their craft, an advanced student.
Could be. They need that stimulation, physical and mental. Got to destroy something.
Oh, the advancement is real. My
Yeah.
cat definitely considers paper towels postgraduate work. Okay, so moving on from paper arts.
Yes.
Let's talk food. Culinary capers. The great food heists. Stealthy sometimes? Sometimes really not stealthy at all.
Yes. Another class. And the Meowcast really sheds light on this. For them, it's not about being bad.
No.
No, it's pure survival instinct. Or, as Whiskers put it, which I love, gourmet training.
Gourmet training. Okay.
Securing resources, right?
Yeah.
Especially tasty human food. It's just logical. Necessary even. Evolutionarily, you grab calories when you can.
That instinct is still strong.
Super strong.
Then-
They see food, unguarded, opportunity, seize it. There's no, moral debate. Just Risk versus reward. Can I get away with this?
And their methods, so specialized. Whiskers apparently was the master of the silent grab.
Ooh, ninja cat.
Totally. Like a slice of pizza on the counter, poof, gone. Butter, I swear I've had butter just vanish. You think, did it melt? How?
It's impressive stealth. Then you've got paws.
Right, pause. Less subtle.
Yeah, more the smash and grab approach. Just knock the sandwich right off the plate.
Onto the floor.
Onto the floor. Then, quote, feast on the spoils.
There's a certain directness there, a boldness. Almost admire the efficiency.
It is efficient. Like, you're not sharing. Fine, I'll make it shareable. From their perspective, it's just opportunistic, supplementing the diet.
Right, anything that smells good.
Anything appealing. And the floor feast. That's just optimizing access. Why bother jumping back up? It's right here.
Makes sense. From a cat's point of view.
And they just don't get why we get upset. It's resource optimization.
Yeah.
A successful hunt, which, you know, makes you think. What's the wildest thing your cat has ever managed to steal?
Oh, don't get me started. There are stories. But okay, let's move to maybe the biggest complaint area, the one that really perplexes people.
Let me guess. Furniture.
Furniture annihilation, yes. We buy them posts, towers, cardboard things, lovely scratching options, and yet...
The sofa calls.
The brand new sofa, the antique chair, the door frame. What is going on there?
Okay, so this one, according to the Meowcast, is deep. It's communication, it's territory.
More than just sharpening claws, then.
Way more. Sharpening is part of it, sure, but it's mostly about sending a message, marking territory, asserting ownership. Whiskers and paws were clear. This couch, mine. That chair, also mine.
Declaring dominion.
Exactly. When they scratch, they leave scent from glands in their paws. It's like leaving a calling card, for only. Plus the visual marks, the sound, it's the whole broadcast. This is my spot. I rule here.
It's a multi-sensory keep-out sign. Or maybe welcome to my kingdom.
Yeah, pretty much foreshadowing their total takeover.
And Paws just nailed it, didn't they? Saying, humans complain we bought you a post, but the couch feels better.
That's the honest truth, right?
It is. The texture, maybe it's firmer, maybe it doesn't wobble, whatever it is. Our stuff, which is their stuff in their minds, is just more satisfying.
Way more satisfying. Paws talked about carving up a new leather recliner.
Oh, no.
And called it iconic legacy work. Should be in a museum.
Wow. The pride.
The sheer artistic pride. They're not just scratching, they're sculpting, leaving their mark for posterity.
So they're not being deliberately naughty, they're just choosing the best medium for their natural instincts.
Exactly. The most effective and satisfying way to mark their domain. And yeah, providing scratching posts helps, but those posts have to compete, you know.
They need to be as good as or better than the forbidden furniture.
Right. Good texture, super stable so they can really stretch and dig in. Often, a big solid piece of furniture just wins out over a flimsy post.
Makes sense. So you have to ask yourself, where does your cat do its best work? Furniture, carpet, or maybe just directly on your last nerve.
Metaphorically scratching your soul. Yeah.
Definitely my soul. They know. Okay, now, let's venture into the darkness. Nighttime crimes.
The midnight shift.
This is where it gets sneaky, right? Because we think we're safe, we're asleep, all is calm.
But Paws said it best. You are profoundly wrong. That's when the real chaos kicks off.
Why then, though?
Well, it's partly their nature. They're crepuscular, most active at dawn and dusk. But for an indoor cat, especially one that naps a lot during the day,
right,
the quiet of 2 a.m., 4 a.m., that becomes prime time. Instincts kick in. Energy needs burning.
And what kind of stuff are we talking about?
Oh, the whole range. Systematically knocking things off shelves one by one.
That sound in the dead of night.
Jarring, isn't it? Wrestling invisible demons under the bed. Screaming at shadows down the hall.
The shadow boxing, yes.
It's just pent-up energy, hunting practice, patrolling the territory, making sure you know, even while you sleep, they're awake and vigilant and possibly bored.
And making their presence known loudly.
Very loud.
Paws apparently had a signature move. A full body slam onto the human's chest. At 4 a.m., no less. What an alarm clock.
A furry, demanding alarm clock.
And Whiskers. The stairway sprint. Just thunder paws, thundering up and down at 3 in the morning for seemingly no reason.
Pure, unadulterated speed, joyful chaos. Just like they know exactly how to generate maximum noise and disruption when you least expect it.
It's not just noise, is it? It's a reminder. I'm here. Pay attention. It's playtime at 3 a.m.
Exactly. And again, it's not random. For a cat that maybe doesn't get enough stimulation during the day, night is party time. Hunt, patrol, play. Express all those catty instincts.
Which definitely makes you wonder. What's the weirdest thing your cat has pulled in the middle of the night? We've all been there, right? Half asleep, hearing strange bumps and crashes.
Trying to figure out if it's a burglar or just the cat versus the lampshade.
Usually the cat. It's those moments you question reality or suspect your house is haunted by a very specific furry poltergeist.
Huh. Exactly.
And speaking of how, like, universal these experiences are, these cat crimes, they're everywhere in pop culture now, right? Especially memes.
Oh, totally. Internet memes are like the modern folklore of cat ownership.
They really capture that essence, don't they? Our furry little delinquents.
And what's great is how they tie right back to the behaviors we've been talking about. It creates this, like, global inside joke among cat people.
Yeah, that shared understanding.
Right. They nail that feeling of the cat being so guilty, but also so unbearably cute you can't even be mad.
Yeah.
It's that silent nod of, yep, mine does that too. It kind of normalizes the chaos.
Makes it less maddening, maybe.
A little. Whiskers apparently said memes are just human attempts to document our genius.
Though with questionable captioning.
Of course. Okay, like the classic meme, cat with a whole slice of bread or maybe a burger bun in its mouth.
Yes, caught red pod.
Exactly. And that look on its face, pure defiance, mixed with, like, yeah, and what are you gonna do?
We've all seen that look. Then there's the slow motion glass tipping.
Oh, the power move.
Total power move.
Oh.
The cat just slowly, deliberately pushing a full glass off the edge while making direct eye contact.
It's chilling. It's pure dominance. I control physics in this house.
And your hydration. And
What?
don't forget the mugshot memes.
Oh, those are gold.
Yeah.
Cat sitting next to a shredded plant or a smashed face.
Looking completely unrepentant, maybe even a little smug.
Perfect capture of their attitude. They're not just pictures. They're little stories of feline rule.
And they work as this kind of like group therapy for cat owners, right? We share the pics, have a laugh, complain a bit.
Commiserate, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, we celebrate how weird and chaotic and wonderful our cats are. It's an acknowledgement that, yeah, this stuff is frustrating sometimes, but it's also part of their charm, part of why we love them.
So true. So, thinking about those, what's your absolute favorite cat caught in the act meme? The one that just perfectly sums up your own cat's brand of criminal genius.
Oh, that's a tough one. So many good ones.
Right. Well, this whole deep dive has been, wow, really eye-opening. Going through these feline felonies with the Meowcast as our guide.
It really drives home their point, doesn't it?
It does, that these criminals host their own show, they set the rules, they dictate everything in our homes.
And that final declaration from Whiskers and Paws,
Yeah.
if something crashes, something vanishes. If your furniture gets improved,
It was probably us. And we regret nothing.
nothing. It's bold. But every single cat owner hears that and thinks, yep, sounds about right.
Absolutely. It resonates.
And it really leaves you with this provocative thought, doesn't it? Something to chew on. What if all this stuff, the shredding, the stealing, the scratching, the midnight madness, what if it's not them being bad or naughty at all?
Right.
What if it's just them being cats? Honestly declaring their true nature, asserting their rightful place, not as our pets, but as the actual rulers, the architects of our homes.
So we see mischief, but maybe it's really sovereignty.
Exactly. Maybe our perception is just totally off. We fail to recognize the true masters of the house. They're not misbehaving, they're governing.
Wow. That definitely reframes things. They're not asking permission, they're just running their kingdom.
Pretty much.
Okay, that's a powerful thought to end on. So turning it back to you listening. What's the worst crime? The most audacious, the most hilariously unrepentant thing your cat has ever done.
Yeah, we want to hear about your little furry felons. Tell us about their declarations of sovereignty.
Have you ever looked at your cat, maybe when they're just sitting there grooming or giving you that slow blink, and you just really wonder what on earth is going on inside their head?
Oh, definitely.
Or like what they actually do when you're not around, or even when you're asleep.
Right, those times they just sort of vanish.
Exactly, and then reappear like absolutely nothing happened.
Like it's perfectly normal.
Well, today, we're going to dive into that exact mystery. This deep dive is all about trying to uncover that hidden world of cats. We've been looking at this really fascinating expose from a source called the Meowcast.
Yeah, it's quite something.
They've pulled back the curtain on what they call the secret double life of cats. And honestly, what they talk about, it kind of challenges everything we thought we knew.
It really does. It makes you rethink those quiet moments.
So our mission today is basically to pull out the most surprising bits of info about what cats are really doing when they disappear for hours,
Yeah.
what those twitchy paw dreams are really about, and even how they might be, well, operating right under our noses. It's kind of a shortcut to understanding these, enigmatic creatures.
Absolutely. Enigmatic is the word.
So get ready, because what we've learned, it suggests it's not always just naps and snacks. Sometimes, apparently, it's espionage.
It's quite a picture they paint, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Meowcast piece, it genuinely challenges so many assumptions.
Yeah.
What's really striking is how much we project onto them versus what their actual lives, which seem quite organized sometimes, involve when we're not looking.
Organized? How so?
Well, it's less about them being simple pets and more about them being, complex, strategic,
Yeah.
maybe even surprisingly busy.
Strategic. Wow. Okay, that definitely makes you question things. So let's start with outdoor cats. Most of us, probably me included, imagine them just, wandering out aimlessly, right?
That's the standard view, yeah. Sniffing bushes, maybe chasing a leaf.
Right. Then back for dinner. But is it really that simple?
Well, according to this source, not even close. From the cat's point of view, that aimless wandering, it's actually more like a tactical patrol.
Tactical patrol. I love that.
Yeah, it's a mission. They're mapping the neighborhood, gathering intel. It's serious business, apparently, not just a casual stroll.
Okay, so what does that involve? What are they actually doing on these patrols, according to the Meowcast?
It describes things like checking fences, for weaknesses or new ways in or out, chasing shadows, which sounds playful, but maybe it's honing skills.
Right, keeping sharp.
And this one's great, glaring at dogs through windows.
Okay, I can picture that.
But it's not just random dislike, it suggests. It's like a statement of territory, maybe even a bit of psychological warfare.
Wow, psych warfare on the neighbor's golden retriever. Okay, so this implies actual social structures out there. It's not just every cat for themselves.
Exactly. The source talks about some cats establishing entire flock empires.
Empires. Seriously.
Yeah. Complete with defined territories, alliances with other cats, and even sworn enemies.
No way! Like feline games.
Kind of a complex, almost feudal system playing out on our streets. So when your cat vanishes for hours, they might actually be managing this whole network.
That completely changes how I see the slightly beat up tomcat down the road. He could be a neighborhood kingpin.
He might well be.
So, to you listening, if your cat goes outside, what's the weirdest thing you imagine they might drag home? After hearing this, maybe it's more than just a bird, huh?
Could be strategic plans.
Huh. Okay, so that's daytime. But what about after dark? The Meowcast had some pretty wild stuff about their nightlife too, right? Something called the Night Council.
Yeah, yes, the Night Council.
We've all seen our cats just vanish at night, maybe right before bed, and then they're back in the morning looking totally innocent. Is this where they go?
It seems very likely. The Night Council is apparently this thing known to, pretty much every cat.
Known to every cat.
But the source says they generally don't discuss it with humans. Why? Because, quote, humans won't believe us anyway.
Okay, I can see their point there. It sounds a bit out there.
There's definitely this sense of an inner circle, cat business.
So what happens at these councils? According to the source, I mean. It sounds more serious than just cats hanging out.
Oh, much more serious.
Yeah.
These are described as actual gatherings. Neighborhood cats meeting up, maybe under streetlights or in quiet parking lots.
Okay.
And the main purpose, planning, plotting, and sharing intel.
Intel? About what?
Well, a key topic is apparently which humans leave food out. Critical resource management, you see.
Strategic snacking. That makes a weird kind of sense.
Communal intelligence gathering.
So those yowls in the night might not just be, they could be coordinating raids on bins.
Or discussing shifts in territory. And get this, sometimes at these meetings, they apparently just sit in silence.
Okay, that's creepy. Why?
The source suggests it's a tactic, specifically designed to freak the humans out.
No way.
And it works, right? Haven't you ever seen a group of cats just sitting, staring? It's unsettling.
Totally. Mission accomplished then.
Seems like it. It's a power move, showing their collective, mysterious presence.
They know it unnerves us. Okay, listener question. Has your cat ever just gone MIA at night, knowing about the Night Council now?
No.
Where do you think they went? I'm definitely rethinking things next time mine disappears.
You might look at them differently in the morning.
For sure. Okay, so from night patrols and secret meetings, let's go even deeper. into their dreams. We've all seen it, right? The twitching paws,
The tail flicks.
little chirps or murps in their sleep. We usually just think, dreaming of chasing mice. But the Meowcast suggests it's bigger than that.
Much bigger, apparently. That's the easy human assumption, chasing mice. Comforting for us, maybe.
Yeah.
But the source kind of debunks that simple view. While mice are definitely on their daytime agenda, their dream world, it's described as far grander, more ambitious.
Okay, I'm hooked. If not mice, what are they dreaming about according to this expose?
Well, hold on to your hat. The source mentions things like overthrowing governments.
What? Overthrowing governments?
I know. Or the eternal struggle of finally catching the red dot.
Okay, the red dot I get. That's like their Moby Dick.
Exactly. There's this dramatic, almost epic quality to their subconscious. But to be fair, it also mentions the more relatable dream of snack time every 5 minutes.
Okay, that brings it back down to earth a bit. But still, overthrowing governments.
It puts that intense, focused look they get, even when they're asleep, in a whole new light, doesn't it?
It really does. It implies the strategic thinking we just don't usually credit them with.
And the red dot dream, it connects to that predatory drive, but like elevated. It's about mastery, control, dominance, maybe.
Even the snack dream is about like achieving perfect, constant sustenance, peak cat existence.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Optimizing their well-being to the max.
So next time you see your cat twitching in their sleep, listener, what do you think is going on? Global domination plans or just a really good nap strategy?
Could be both.
Could be. Okay, we've done patrols, councils, dreams. Now, maybe the most uncomfortable idea from this deep dive. The source, the Meowcast, just flat out says it. Cats are spies.
Oh.
That really stopped me in my tracks.
It sounds wild, I know.
Yeah.
Like something from a spy movie.
Right.
But when you actually think about their natural abilities, the source argues it makes a strange kind of sense.
How so?
Well, think about it. Their stealth is incredible. They blend into almost anywhere. They get into places you'd never expect, under doors, on top of shelves, behind curtains.
That's true. My cat Luna, she does just appear out of nowhere sometimes. Like, poof, she's just there watching me. I always figured it was just curiosity.
Well, according to this source, that's not curiosity. That's surveillance.
There's surveillance.
That silent appearance, that intense stare from the doorway. It's data collection. They're watching your every move, gathering info.
Okay, that's slightly chilling. What about when they just sit and stare at you? You know that unblinking gaze? We always say, oh, they love me. Is that wrong?
It might be another one of those human misinterpretations. The article suggests that stare isn't necessarily just affection. More accurately, they might be assessing weaknesses.
Assessing weaknesses.
Analyzing your routines, your habits, maybe where you keep the good treats. Building a profile.
Okay, wow. Assessing my weaknesses. This is intense. So where does all this intel go? All this surveillance? Is it just for them or?
Nope, this is where it connects back. Remember the Night Council?
Ah, right.
The source suggests these observations, these assessments of us, get compiled and reported back. It's collective intelligence, strategic planning for the whole cat community.
Whether it's about food, territory, or just figuring out the weird giant creatures they live with.
Exactly, us.
Incredible. It really makes you wonder. So, listener, does your cat ever just stare at you? Like, really stare? If so, maybe it's a mission debrief happening right there. And you thought they were just being cute.
Changes things, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Now, all these weird and wonderful insights, they haven't gone unnoticed by us humans, right? They seem to pop up in popular culture, especially online, like mysterious cat memes.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like a collective acknowledgement of how strange they can be. These memes aren't just jokes. They often capture these genuinely baffling things cats do that we all recognize.
Because we've all seen it.
Exactly. And the Meowcast piece highlighted a few perfect examples that really tie into what we've been discussing.
Okay, lay them on me. What's the first one?
First is that classic meme. The cat that vanishes for like 3 days, then strolls back in like nothing happened.
Oh yeah, totally seen that.
And the caption is just perfect. Don't ask questions. It just nails that feeling that they have this whole other secret life.
Totally. Don't ask, don't tell. What's next?
Second one described as a picture, you've probably seen it, of cats gathered in a circle in a parking lot late at night.
The parking lot circle, yes.
And the source says, yeah, it looks like a ritual, and adds, probably was.
Huh? Connecting right back to the Night Council.
Exactly. Suggests maybe we are catching glimpses of these secret meetings.
Okay, and the third one, this one always gets me.
The third one is maybe the most common and the most unsettling for us humans. The cat just staring intently into a corner at nothing.
Yes, terrifying. You're thinking ghosts, demons.
Right, while the cat is just sitting there, totally unbothered. And as we've discussed, maybe it's surveillance, maybe they're processing intel, maybe they just saw a particularly interesting dust mote.
Or plotting government overthrow.
Who knows? It's all part of their hidden agenda.
These memes really are more than just funny pictures, aren't they? They're like cultural shorthand for the deep mystery of cats.
They tap into that shared feeling that there's just more going on there than we realize.
So to you listening, what's your favorite mysterious cat meme? And after this conversation, what do you think it really says about how we see our cats? Or maybe how much we don't see?
Good question.
Well, this deep dive into the secret double life of cats has definitely given me a lot to think about next time Luna gives me that look.
Oh, yeah.
It really does feel like you only see half their life. The rest happens in the shadows, like the Meowcast said. We've talked about tactical patrols, secret councils, grand dreams, even covert surveillance, all happening right here.
It really encourages you to shift your perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To look at their everyday actions, the naps, the stares, the little garden wanderings through a completely new lens.
Yeah.
So the next time you see your cat just, sitting there or maybe staring intently at a wall, just consider,
Yeah.
what mission could they be on? What grand plan might be forming?
What else are they capable of? What societies have they built that we just don't even see?
Exactly. What intricate agendas are unfolding right under our noses? It's something to ponder.
Absolutely. So keep your eyes peeled, everyone. Observe those weird vanishing acts, those unexplained stares, because now you know. There might just be a whole secret life playing out, just beyond our view.